So let's see what is cloud computing. So cloud computing, as I said, it's basically the on-demand delivery of service where you pay for your use. If I see the definition of a cloud computing, so it's basically the shared pool of the resources or the computers which perform some which have high level services and which performs the provisioning, the setting up the infrastructure, hardware, and the other management activities over the internet, and which requires minimum effort from you. Now we have three types of models three type of service model being offered by cloud. One is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. By the name itself, we can see that it says that infrastructure as a service. Here, infrastructure is a key word or key term here for us to understand. If I talk about infrastructure, so this means that your software or you are basically getting the operating system available to you. So it is basically like a cloud-based service which set up the infra for you. That is the software or it gives you the hardware with the operating system installed for you, and you can configure it as per your requirement. If I say in terms of AWS, so AWS offers us a service known as EC2, which basically do this activity where you can go and you can basically configure your desired OS, that is Linux OS or a CentOS or a Red Hat Linux, whatever you want. And you can configure the memory, you can configure the other kind of software and the RAM and all those things, whatever is needed for your requirement, and you can work as and when needed. So infrastructure as a service is a very important and as a very good service model offered by cloud. Apart from that, we have software as a service. Software as a service, here what happens that you basically get software available over the internet. Means let's take an example here of Dropbox or Google Drive. What you are doing, you just worry about that particular software. You don't worry that how Google Drive was written, what was the backend code, what was the front end code, how they are managing their servers, how they are managing the other infra, or what would happen if the memory will exhaust or something will go. So you just worry about your software and you use it for a particular time whenever you need it. Again, there are certain other subscription models which are there, like for Google Drive, we have like a limit of 15 GB, and after that, if you want more memory, you can always go and you can buy it from Google. So we have other examples also, like apart from Google Drive, we have Dropbox as well, and apart from that, we have Google Photos and the other kind of applications which basically help you to just go ahead and start working on that software or play with that software. Now, if we talk about platform as a service, so here what happens that it is mainly useful for all those people who are developers and who just want and to go and host their application and or start working on their application. So here you get the hardware and software, all the tools, whatever tools are required, you select your requirement that, okay, I want MySQL DB, I want Apache server, and I want the Angular installed. And now I can go ahead and I can create a web application. So once you launch that particular instance or you launch that particular software, so what you will get, your platform will be ready with all the required details. Now, as your platform is ready, you don't have to worry that, okay, I have to go and I have to edit the configuration file, or I have to go and edit groups things, because all the basic level configuration has been already done by the service provider. Okay, so this is about the service model. Let's talk about different deployment models. So we have different deployment models here, like we have public cloud, we have private cloud, as well as hybrid cloud. Public cloud is nothing, it's basically which is accessible to anyone and at anywhere in the world. So this could be like your internet, which is a public cloud, and it is like it can be accessible to anyone. So it's mainly like not too secure for use. So that is the example of a public cloud. Now, if we talk about the private cloud is basically on premises. It's mainly used by the organizations who have a confidential data, or who have lot of other kind of data which are sensitive, as well as there are some security related information and those things. So you have all the environment and all the setup is being done there at the on your premises itself, as well as it is taken care by the organization itself. So it is the it is very secure environment, and it is very good for those kind of organizations which who have a lot of security issues and the other confidential related data. Now, hybrid cloud is a combination of both public as well as private. So this particular cloud model is being used by most of the companies, where they utilize the services of the public as well as with the private services also. So they have some infrastructure where they can, which is on premises, and they can store the data and the things there, and the other services which should be accessible to other people across the organization and the uh, other related entities. So they can basically go ahead and they can access those public cloud. So this was about the definition of a cloud computing, and we saw about the different service models as well as deployment models.